Okay, so I have a friend of mine. She is 34 weeks pregnant and was asking about what she can do to help her low back and kind of her hips, her pelvis. When you're pregnant and everything is hypersensitive, especially in that third trimester, which is what she's in right now, everything can hurt. You stand, you sit, you lay down, everything can be achy. So with your circle again, sometimes it's not comfortable to lie on the floor and do the inner and outer thigh push. So grab a chair, whatever is hard. You want a hard surface to be sitting on. You don't want to be like on a soft, comfy couch or chair. So sitting on your chair, again, using your Pilates circle, you're going to sit right up on those sits bones. So you don't want to be rocked back. You want to sit up nice and tall. And from here, we're going to put the circle between our knees. So your feet are flat. Again, try lengthening up through your spine, but most importantly are those sits bones sitting flat, and you're going to exhale, inhale, release, exhale, squeeze. So this can do that same thing to help reset that SI joint as laying on the floor, but maybe a little bit more comfortable with the belly, the little baby bump. So 10 of these, exhale as you squeeze, and then we're gonna do 10 where you put your legs through the circle and you push out. 9, one more. 10. It's really good. Okay, so legs go through, feet go wide, just a little bit wider. Now on this one, again, in that third trimester, listen to your body. You don't need to push super hard really fast or you're gonna feel it. It'll be really, really uncomfortable. You just wanna start small. Just slowly start to let those muscles reset. Remind them where they're supposed to be. But so good. So good for the low back and the pelvis and the hips, especially again in that third trimester where everything is so loose and so shifty as it's supposed to. You want it to get loose, but it can be uncomfortable at the same time. One more is 10. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Back to the inner thigh. So if you want, if it feels better to give it a second to rest, you can do the figure 4 stretch where you just lean forward and then come up out of it. So you lean forward. This is called a dynamic stretch where you're always moving to help stretch that hip. We'll do one more, stretch forward and bring it up. Other leg. So again, exhale forward, inhale up, always moving. Inhale up. We'll do one more. Nice job. Okay, so our second set. Feet are flat, so find that spot again up on those sits bones. Keeping that neutral spine, even though you're sitting, you're gonna exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze, and release. And you might find on the second set that you can squeeze farther than you could the first time. That's awesome. That just means that the muscles are remembering where they're supposed to be and the pelvis is getting back in alignment and you have more power. It's the coolest thing. Always breathe. And then legs go through the circle. We're gonna do the same thing again, pushing out. Take that circle about halfway up between your knee and your hip, and then push, just gently. And if you feel better, if it feels stronger, and you feel like you can get more power to push harder, then do it, that's fine. Again, staying up on those sits bones. That was 10. So we can do that stretch again, ankle on the knee, and then just hinge forward and back, that dynamic stretch. Let the hip open. Let's switch legs. Nice and easy. Okay, our last set. We're going to do 3. So again, back the circle between the knees, up on those sits bones. Keep your neutral spine even sitting, so you can bring that rib cage back if it helps, and then squeeze. So there, third time I can squeeze even harder than I could the other 2 times. So if it feels good, go for it. Listen to your body. Even if it's just a little pulse, that's okay. And if your inner thighs are shaking, that's just an extra bonus. It's a good thing too. But the main focus is helping that pelvis get back into alignment, those SI joints stabilizing. Legs go through. Last set. So again, up on those sits bones. The circle's about halfway between the knees and the hips. Exhale, push. It's really good. And as you push, think of pushing from the hip, not the knee. As you push out, it's coming from the top of the leg, not the knee. The knee just follows along. Definitely have more power on this third set too. There we go. Nice job. Okay, so we're going to set that circle off to the side again. One more time for that hip stretch, just nice and easy forward and back. Dynamic stretch, open it up. One more. Switch legs. And sometimes you don't have to hinge very far to feel that stretch. So again, whatever range of motion is comfortable and doable, do it. And there you have it, helping a seated SI joint reset with your circle.